Are we headed for the apocalypse? No. What's going to prevent it? How does Florida turn this program around? How willing are you to keep investing in the emotions and money in this team? How far will you go? Do you really love the Florida Gators? That's the litmus test for us right now. How many of you, a lot of people in this room will be there, but a lot will not, because they're there for the championships. And I get it. I do think, however, there's going to be a day of reckoning. I don't know when and how. I don't mean to be a end times preacher up here, but there's going to be something that has to change, Bill. It has to change. Cannot keep going on this course. Will the fair market correct itself? I don't know. Maybe. But anyway, so I'm glad to be here tonight. I wish this was the time when the Bulldog Slayer, Steve Spurrier, was still around. I got accused of all the time of living in the past, which I probably do. I loved it when Spurrier was beating Georgia every year, didn't you? And Urban, he didn't do too bad either. We're going to put together a group. We're going to get together a night at Spurrier's Grand Grill in April with Urban and Steve talking about greatness. What was it like when greatness was here, right? Now, these two guys, most schools are lucky to have one of those. We had two of them here, and they are absolutely golden. And be an evening there, a night for charity. We'll get them to talk about what it was that drove them. You know what it was they told me? They could not stand to lose. Couldn't stand to lose. And it proved to be a good motivation for them. Looking forward to that. We'll announce that as soon as we can, possibility. So, however, I raised a question about winning. I know Steve Spurrier would consider this heresy if I said it. I'm not so sure Vince Lombardi was right, that winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. We love to win, but in the end, what do you remember? I remember the relationships and the good days. I do remember being at Wolfie's in Miami or Fort Lauderdale after the second national championship and having breakfast at 2 o'clock in the morning with Tim Casey and Vance Beard. We're sitting here thinking, these are the good times, man. And I said to them, I'm not a prophet. Drink it in right now, because you won't have it forever. We don't got it anymore, right? Different times. So what kind of Gator fan will you be? We'll see. I'd like to say follow me on the high ground, moral high ground, but I can't say that. I just say that I hope it's not going to be just about money. There are more values than that. So over the past couple of weeks, we talked about a lot of things, including your love for the University of Florida. Mine is special because it was life-changing for me. Number one, I met my late wife there. She was with a Gator football player that she went to high school with, walking down University Avenue at a drive-in restaurant. And I met her that night, and we married for 61 years. And she gave me 3 beautiful children. And so I'll always be grateful for that. I'll also be grateful for the journalism school here and the late professors. Hugh Cunningham, amazing guy. He saved my life. I was about to go under, and he said, come on, buddy. He was whispering in my ear, you're going to be an editor one day. You're going to be an editor one day. And he kept driving me. Harsh G. Buddy Davis. He was an SOB if ever was one. I mean, he would kill you and crush you. He put your stories up on the screen in class, and he hated sports writers. There were 6 of us in that class, Pat, were sports writers. Only one guy who actually admit to it, me, the sucker. He put it up there and said, what is this story about? Is this baseball or is this football? What is this? Always put the name of the sport. And I thought, you idiot, you don't have to do that. To this day, when I write a story, I go back and check, make sure there's sports in there someplace. But what a wonderful, wonderful journalism school. Steve Spurrier. I mean, how much better could it get? Steve Spurrier, being a friend, watching him play, watching him coach. Even Ray Graves. Ray Graves gave me an opportunity when I was a young writer. I'd come up on a Thursday morning from the Star Banner. I'd work a 20-hour day. I would sit in the stands, and I would watch the practice. He would come up in the stands and sit with me and talk to me. And I always appreciated that from him. Today it's different, Pat. You know what you do at a press conference. You can do anything you want. There's no relationships going on there. So anyway, I'm optimistic about Gator football if we stick to the right values. I think we can't, Bill, keep changing our coaches. Rent a coach just doesn't work. As Pat said, look what's happening in Missouri. Drinkwitz, he was lost, they stayed with him. I'm hoping to stay with Billy, but I just don't know. It's such an uncertain landscape. The last thing I'm going to say is, use what you got to recruit. I argued with Shane about this on the show yesterday. He said, people don't care about the history of Florida. These young players don't care about who played here and what it was about. I said, Shane, I don't agree with you on that. They only care about money. They get $5,000 to come visit. I said, I just can't believe that. I know that's a big factor. I've got to believe there is more to it than that. Great academics, great atmosphere, burgers and beer at Spurrier's. And my late friend Augie Griner, my favorite story is, he came sight unseen from St. Louis to play basketball here. Got to the airport, got a cab, and said, which way to the beach? He said, 80 miles that way right here. The perception of what Florida is, I mean, sell it. It is close to the beach after all. There are many, many good things here. It's a down cycle right now in Gator football, but I think they'll be back, and I'm optimistic. So thank you for inviting me tonight. I'll answer any questions if I can. Who got the answer to the vote? Who was that? Who said that in 1940? Pat, who was it? He's got it. Who was the second? I don't know. Nobody wants the book, so here it is. It's about Urban Meyer and...
Hey, buddy.
Yes.
How you doing? It's Carl.
Hey.
I know we touched tonight on the phrase video game numbers, and we're talking a lot about the future. Let's talk DJ Lagway and how that's got to be a way to keep people around. The guy is amazing.
I think you're right. That's the one thing that's got people excited. If you see a video of who has it everywhere, this guy looks remarkable. But we're in the era of Jaden Daniels, right? You see something like that, you think, where's our version of that? This guy looks like, to me, the real deal. He's big, strong, fast, great arm. Seems like a great leader. He's recruiting players to come here. I think that is the great hope. Can they hold that class together for 2024, though, if the NIL money is not there? That's the big question. Lagway is the great white hope, isn't it? Anybody else? All right. Thanks very much.